inside, and obviously you're preparing for potential noise. How do you feel like your team handled it in preparation for what you're going to hear and see on Saturday?
Well, I think we spent the whole week preparing for going into a hostile, loud environment, and that's all we can do. So we've had the loud music, we've had to work different ways to communicate and cadences and signal and things like that to make sure we're up to speed. Really, we got to concentrate, and the little things can't beat us. And a lot of times, noise, the crowd, being into the game, momentum shifts can affect it, and we have to win that battle in order to have a chance to win.
I mean, you do have guys that have been through noise before with Aiden and your offensive line, so does that give you a layer of comfort knowing there's experience there?
Well, I think we've gotten better dealing with noise. We did have a game against Penn State 3 years ago or so that we did not deal with noise very well. They got off on the ball way better than us. We were late on numerous occasions. It got us deep in a hole early on, and that's what you got to prevent. So yes, we've gotten better. It'll be the first test this year with a new team, really. So they have to understand how important it really is. It's not just us talking about it, but it's vital in order for us to have a chance for success.
Yeah, I think you talked Monday, Jeff, about the background maybe being a potential problem. You said you talked to some people. I think, are there some issues with, I guess, the throwing and catching background inside that facility?
Well, we asked around, and the word we got back was it was fine. I think they got new lighting, and from what I heard, they showed us a picture. It looked fine. I don't think that'll be a problem. You never know until you get there. But I think the noise is probably the main concern, and the ability to have to use a silent count probably throughout most of the game.
You guys can't go there before the game, like on a Friday night, to just check it out, or?
Yeah, we can. We used to do that back in the day. We really haven't done that here for the last 10 years of teams I've been on. Like I said, the research we did, I think the lighting will be fine. We'll get there early before the game and throw the ball around a little bit and catch. And now that you said that, we'll probably send a few people over just to check and make sure and see for themselves the night before.
Any determination on Brock whether he'll be able to go on Saturday?
I'd say it's unlikely.
Okay. Is that just the knee, re-injured of the knee that he had against Penn State, or other things?
No, it's due to the knee, and we want him to go when he feels comfortable.
You mentioned King Daru's calf on Monday. Is he okay?
No, he'll be out.
He'll be out. What about Samisi, your son?
We're going to try to get him back this week. It's probably probable, but we'll have to wait till right before the game.
Elijah Canyon's knee?
Out.
So I guess Dylan Downing will be your number one running back.
Yes.
And who will be the backup?
Well, luckily we've worked a lot of running backs. They've gotten reps. Dylan has improved. We feel confident he knows the system. And then after that, we have two young running backs in Kobe Lewis and Devin Mockabee, who have some potential and talent. They just got to kind of pick up knowing all the intricacies of the offense and of the defense we're going against. But we feel confident that they'll go out there and play hard. And then Tyrone Tracy is somebody that will have to work in there as well.
How long will King be out, you think?
We're hopeful to get him back next week, probably at the longest the game after.
And Jalen Graham, he's obviously out. Are you comfortable with how that position is going to shape up for Saturday?
Well, we have to be. I do think that Chris Jefferson, Bryce Hampton have worked hard. I think they'll go out there and play as hard as they can. And Chris has experience in our defense. Bryce not as much, but those are the cards we're dealt with. I think they've had a good week of practice. I think we have a good plan for them, and I expect them to play well.
Is Jalen still on the same time schedule as far as returning?
As of right now, yes.
Any real concerns, Jeff, of taking your team on the road for the first time? Just that very first road trip of the season.
Well, it's always a concern when you have a new team, and especially when you're going into some place new that you really haven't been to, especially when you're going into a place where the team is 2-0 and they're feeling very confident and they're playing at a really high level and they're executing and they're doing all the things that I'm sure they plan to do through 2 games. So we're going to have to find a way to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. We're going to have to play well. We're going to have to be into it and locked in and understand that through the 60 minutes there's going to be some momentum shifts and things happen, and the crowd's going to be into it on their side, and you've got to be able to fight through it. So yes, there's always a concern with new guys, but you got to throw them out there and they got to learn on the job.
Just how has Marshawn Rice progressed to this point? Obviously, he was a little banged up the season opener. Didn't play a whole ton last week either, just because of the nature of the game. Just where's he at right now, especially with Brock Thompson not being able to go?
Well, we're hopeful that he can play and play as fast as he can, and that's always been the issue, is nagging injuries that have caused him to either miss or not be at full speed. So, you know, if he's at full speed, I think he can be very productive for us. If he's not at full speed, we're probably going to have to play someone else.
Will anybody else be out that we haven't brought up? I guess of note.
Not that I know of.
Will Marshawn move into Brock's spot if that alignment starts?
Yeah, so, you know, Charlie, TJ Sheffield, Rashawn Rice, Tracy, and Deion Burks are probably our top 5 now. So that was 5, wasn't it? Or was it 4? I think it was 5.
Right.
Those would be our top 5, and there'll be some others that could get in the game if we needed to.
Right. I mean, started the year pretty good depth at that spot.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like we have a lot of guys working hard, and you know, you just got to get out there and produce, and know the call, get open, find a way. A lot of times it's about gaining confidence from the quarterback. You know, that what he's looking for you, man-to-man situations, not looking somewhere else. So that's what you have to do, and you have to show it in practice. I mean, you just can't walk out on the field at this level and play and not practice, and that's kind of what we've run into, is due to, you know, real issues, real injuries and things that happen. We haven't had a lot of guys practice. So, you know, the ones that are practicing are going to be ones that are going to be not only on the field playing, but the ones that the quarterback will probably look at more so than some of the others.